What's going on, everybody? Today's video is going to be a real quick one, just a recap of a recent change I made to the 2020 Kia Stinger. This one is a good old eBay special duckbill spoiler. Got the pre-painted gloss black edition. It's got some metallic flake in it, so it actually came out pretty nice. So I just wanted to kind of change out the look of the car, give it a little bit more sporty appearance, but not go over the top with it. I'm not a big fan of the oversized spoilers, but I just wanted something to give it a little different look. And also I really like the ease of installation on this one and the low-key appearance to it. When I got it, I was really impressed with the packaging. It had a multi-layer cover to it, even kind of like a woven fabric cover to keep it from getting scratched up. It had nice padding on the corners to keep from poking through the box, so that was pretty cool. Usually you get these things and half the time they're damaged by the time you get them, so that was nice. I went ahead and started doing some test fitting on it, just trying to get an idea about how far I needed to go over on each side so that it would be even in the middle, and then kind of gauging where I needed to drop it off the back lip where it would fit the best on the edge of the trunk lid. Well, at this point I was pretty happy with how it was looking. I like the quality of the materials. As long as it holds up all right, I think I'll be okay. But the good thing is if I ever needed to take it off, I can remove the double-sided tape pretty easy with the fishing line method and some heat. And I should be able to change it up if I need to without doing any damage to the vehicle's paint. Even though this is another one of those made in China products, it had pretty good instructions. It was all easy to understand, had good pictures, good writing, spelling out exactly what you needed to do for each step. And it even included a pretty cool holographic looking sticker. They said to put it on the spoiler itself, but yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that. So just like any installation you do, preparation's key. So on this one, you really want to have a clean surface to start with. So I used some little grease and wax remover, try to get this thing nice and clean with a good surface that can adhere to the double-sided tape when I put the spoiler on. You also want to hit the spoiler with the same process to make sure any of the mold release agents removed, or any of the wax or grease or anything like that might be on it, depending on how they manufacture it. The final step before applying the double-sided tape to the spoiler is you want to use the adhesive promoter that was included with the kit. It's basically kind of like an alcohol swab or a wipe. So that really gets it all ready to go. It removes any of the fine stuff that might be still left on there. And then it's time to start hitting it with the double-sided tape. Make sure you get as much of the surface covered as you can for best adhesion and longevity to the installation. You don't want any sticking out also, so that you don't have any double-sided tape visible, since it's like a gray foam looking material. You don't want that showing. Once you got the tape on there, go ahead and apply a lot of pressure. It's kind of like the one opportunity that you'll get to really put your hands on the material itself and force it down so it sticks as good as possible. Because once it's on the vehicle, you can only push so hard without possibly damaging the trunk lid or the product itself. So now you take the second adhesive promoter packet and apply it to the trunk lid to get that surface finally ready for the double-sided tape to stick properly on it. Give it a little bit of time to dry if it's wet, and then take your time here. You want to make sure that it's perfectly aligned before you push down at all. At this point, I was happy with how it's looking, so I went ahead and started putting down some painter's tape on both sides and on the top edge to kind of get an idea about where my alignment was and how best to apply it before I peeled off the tape backing. Now, when you're confident that you've got a clean, prepped surface and the tape's been applied properly, you can go ahead and peel that backing off. The instructions said only peel some of it off so that you can try it or test fit it first or something, but it didn't really make sense to me, since if it sticks at all, it's either on or not. And then if I did get a good alignment, I'm still gonna have to pull it off somewhat to pull off the rest of the backing. So I went ahead and pulled it all off and took my chances. Just make sure you get a good alignment before you push down at all. So when you're confident everything's good to go, go ahead and place it down carefully. Try to not push it down until it's really lined properly, and then when you're ready, you can go ahead and move forward to the next step. But for me, it didn't quite go as planned. And did it turn out right? No. I had it slightly too far over on one side, and I just couldn't deal with that. So it was time to try to carefully peel it off. And even though I didn't really push down at all, I just kind of set it on it. It was on there pretty good. Some of the tape did get stretched out a bit, so I had to go ahead and cut that out and reapply some. It was nice that they included extra for me, so I was able to make the corrections and then try it a second time without any issues. I think what caused the issue for me, even though I had the alignment tape set up, is due to the shape of the spoiler itself. It had a little bow in it, so I think when I pushed it down, the sides kind of stretched out a little bit farther. Alright, so I was ready to try it again. Technically, I probably should have done the whole prep again using the adhesive promoter and clean off the surface, but at this point I was figuring that it was still pretty good from last try, and I wanted to just go ahead and get it set in there. And this time the alignment was good. It's evenly spaced on both sides, so it came out really nice looking. And at this point, you just want to go ahead and put as much pressure on it as you possibly can. You want to push down and down in the back as well, so not just the front section. So there's 2 lines of tape basically in the front and back. And once you get enough pressure on there, go ahead and clean everything up, and then you can admire your handiwork. Overall, I think it turned out pretty slick, and it's not obtrusive and not just too far out there as far as some spoilers go. It's a very subtle change. Gives it a little bit more sporty look, but not being overly aggressive. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Stay tuned for the next ones. I'm doing a lot to this car, so I'll try to recap a lot of the changes as we go. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you like, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, and watch for the next one coming soon.